According to TMZ, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson, they agreed to fight each other in an exhibition. Ain't no way.
What happens when boxing's most feared knockout artist steps into the ring with the sport's most brilliant defensive genius? It's the heavyweight of history versus the king of perfection. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, two names that define completely different eras of boxing, and now, in a twist nobody thought would actually happen, they're about to collide. And trust me, Mike Tyson's first words after this fight got confirmed, it sent shockwaves through the sport.
I think I would really kick Floyd's ass in the street fight. Wouldn't even be no match, but probably if I was his size in the ring, he would outpoint me, yeah. He has a really good technique for his style. Yeah, he's really great.
Let's be clear about something. Tyson and Mayweather have never been buddies. Not even close. From subtle jabs in interviews to Tyson openly clowning Floyd for calling himself the best ever, there's always been tension between these two legends. Tyson never respected Floyd's claim to greatness. He always saw him as flashy, arrogant, and someone who built his name without taking the risks fighters like Tyson had to take in their eras.
I thought Mike Tyson was pulling punches against Jake Paul, and that wasn't real. Well, he ain't gonna pull no punches against Floyd. Like, that dude has shown that he ate it. Remember his feint?
Now, that tension has turned into an actual fight. And Tyson wasted no time letting the world know exactly how he feels about stepping into the ring with Floyd.
Let's start with, if you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to before, and I wish he was my weight.
When the fight became official, Tyson looked dead into the camera, clenched his jaw, and dropped a chilling warning. Floyd, I've waited a long time for this. You can run, you can dodge, you can dance around that ring all you want. But this time, I'm not holding back. I'm coming for you. That right there, that was Tyson's first official response. And just like that, this fight stopped being just another flashy exhibition. This became personal. See, Tyson's never liked Floyd's vibe. And Floyd, he's never exactly gone out of his way to show Tyson respect either. For years, they've been on opposite ends of the boxing spectrum. Tyson, the monster of destruction who ended fights in seconds. Floyd, the mastermind technician who built a career on never being hit cleanly, on never letting his opponents dictate pace.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
It's almost poetic. The baddest man on the planet versus the smartest man in the ring.
Mayweather could fly in on one of those hang gliders and punch Mike Tyson with all his might, and Mike Tyson's head wouldn't move. It's a different thing. It's so not fair. A lot of people don't understand what the reality of the situation. The fact that if you're 3 pounds overweight, 30% of your purse goes to the other person. But when you are 50 pounds over the weight of another fighter,
Logan Paul, Mayweather.
But that's not when all else is equal. Like, you talk about Mayweather fighting a heavyweight fighter, like if Mayweather's fighting Tyson.
Imagine that. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. The biggest fight ever.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That can only come from somebody who doesn't know about fighting. That's why if Mayweather's fighting a guy 10 pounds heavier than him, it's not fair. You don't see that happening where a guy that much lighter is knocking out a guy 10 pounds heavier, much less 100 pounds heavier. When you are under 200 pounds, 5 pounds makes a big ass difference.
Roy Jones went up to heavyweight. He barely touched 200.
He wasn't knocking out nobody that big. There's no way.
Now, before we all get carried away, let's talk about what Tyson really looked like in his last big outing, the Jake Paul fight.
Just forget that Jake Paul is a YouTube guy and watch him box.
Yeah.
Kid can fight. And that Tommy Fury fight really showed that. Goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer.
The one thing he doesn't want to do is fight Mike.
No.
Yeah, he wants to fight Mike, I think.
Why? I don't give a fuck if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape, too.
He trains with Rafael Cordero. When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson, and Tyson smashing the mitts, like, Jesus, that guy will hurt you.
Mike went into that fight at 60 years old. 60. And the way he was talking during press conferences, you would have thought we were about to see the Tyson from 1988 walk in and destroy Jake Paul. He said he was going to knock Jake out cold. He said he'd remind the world who Iron Mike was.
I think the smack was probably the most iconic thing to come out of the fight.
You know, he bent my earring like 90 degrees.
What do you mean, really?
Yeah.
You're telling me you didn't feel this slap at all?
I didn't feel it. I didn't even feel a single thing. It was all beard, so like the skin didn't even hurt.
I even thought I saw you like wobble.
Didn't wobble, didn't nothing.
But when fight night came, it was a different story. Yes, Tyson landed some heavy shots. Yes, for brief moments we saw flashes of the old Tyson. But let's be honest, Jake was just too big, too fresh, and he clearly held back. He didn't go for the kill, he played it safe, and Mike never looked dangerous enough to change that. The hype Tyson built in those pressers didn't match the reality of what went down in the ring.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong. I told him, Mike, you're basically 60 years old. And he's like, you honestly think this fucking kid's gonna do anything to me? He's not good. He's not gonna fucking knock me out. He's not gonna do this. And you saw him, he tripped when he was walking down the thing. He had a hard time walking up the stairs. He had a knee brace on, and Jake Paul couldn't do anything to him. He made a ton of money, and I know people are mad. You stayed home on a Saturday night, but you didn't pay for it. You know what I mean? And, you know, Mike, this is what Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson shows up, everybody makes money, you know? Jake Paul is fucking, you know, I don't have to tell you guys, you guys know. Mike Tyson is the A+++ side of that thing. And he was right. Jake Paul couldn't do shit to him. So he was right and I was wrong.
But Floyd, this is a whole different ballgame. Forget Jake Paul, forget Roy Jones, Junior Floyd Mayweather is still moving like an active fighter. We all saw what happened when Floyd fought Logan Paul, who was way heavier than him. Logan came into that fight trying to take Floyd's head off, swinging wild bombs. And what did Floyd do? He embarrassed him. He outclassed him. Logan didn't win a single round. Floyd made him look like a guy who didn't belong in the ring, even with all that size and strength.
But like, dog, at least I won 3 rounds. Fact. Come on, as loud as man. I mean, what are you talking about? Come on. Yeah.
He won 3 rounds?
Say what? No, you didn't win 3 rounds. I'm gonna be honest with you. You didn't win 3 rounds. You didn't win 3 rounds. Listen, but you won America's heart. No, what fight were you all watching? We were watching that fight. No, you were not. You don't think that I ordered that fight? Bro, I'm texting my boys like, oh, Floyd's just warming them up.
1,000%. I put money that I won at least 3 rounds.
There you go. Yeah. Drink that.
Bro, you think he won 7 rounds?
I didn't say 7. I didn't say 7.
Then how many?
I think.
How many did Floyd win?
I gave him 9.
That's the difference here. Logan Paul was bigger. Jake Paul was bigger. Mike Tyson will obviously be bigger. But Floyd, he thrives on fighting bigger guys. He thrives on being the smaller, faster, smarter fighter.
Mayweather is fighting Mike Tyson. Someone explain how that makes sense. Bro, Mike Tyson just got dog walked by Jake Paul. Floyd Mayweather is going to absolutely eat this guy. What the fuck? That's not fair. Actually, no, good on Mike, though, getting a bag for his family. You got to look at it like that. No, good on Mike getting a bag for his family, though, for real. Because I actually heard that he got absolutely fucked.
And here's where Floyd has the advantage nobody's talking about. Even after retirement, Floyd's been active. Exhibition after exhibition. Japan, Dubai, the US, he's fought everywhere. And these weren't laid-back sparring sessions either. One even ended with Floyd scoring a brutal knockout.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million.
Another ended in complete chaos when a full-on brawl broke out mid-ring against John Gotti III. Floyd's exhibitions aren't soft touches. He treats them like real fights. He stays sharp, he stays in rhythm, he stays conditioned.
Did you see the Mayweather Gotti thing yesterday? So John Gotti, the mobster, his grandson,
the brawl.
he was holding. So Floyd is just piecing him up. You know, I mean, even at 46, he's the greatest of all time. And this kid is really an MMA fighter. He's a tough guy. He caught Floyd a couple times, some little shots, but mostly he's just getting boxed up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. But he was holding on quite a bit and wouldn't let go and was trying to like hold and clinch and hit, which is something you can do in MMA. So he's protecting himself from Floyd, but he's not letting go. And so Kenny Bayless gets tired of him not listening and not letting go, and he pushes him off and he says, that's it, I'm stopping this fight, that's it. You won't listen to me, I am calling this fight. So he goes crazy and gets away from Kenny Bayless and just starts wailing punches at Floyd. Look at this, Floyd catches him with a counter right there. Bang! It became a melee.
Tyson? He's had 2 exhibitions, one against Roy Jones Jr., which looked more like a slow sparring match, and then the Jake Paul fight, which looked more like a nostalgia act than a war. That's a huge difference.
I believe really, truly, to my core, that they made an agreement where Mike Tyson was only going to hit him to the body full blast. It looked like every time he hit him to the head, he was kind of pulling back.
It just didn't seem like a real fight.
Right. It seemed like a fight to the body, though. Mike was hitting him to the body really hard, and I think he hurt Roy a bunch of times really hard to the body. But, you know, both of these men are 50.
Now let's talk about styles. Mike's strength has always been raw power, explosive speed in those first couple of rounds. He overwhelms guys, makes them fold, and doesn't let them breathe.
We're different people. So Floyd likes he likes glam. He's very glamorous, and this is what he liked. And I was very savage. I wasn't that savage, dark, malevolent. You know, I was just never the fly, slick, black fighter. You know, I was just very serious, and I was just very hard and mean. I didn't like the slickness. It was all about hurting and pain.
But Floyd, his strength is the exact opposite. Defense, evasion, patience. He makes guys miss. He frustrates them. And against a much heavier Tyson, Floyd's speed is going to be his biggest weapon.
I got my own fucking defense, man. That's the Mayweather. I got my own style in boxing. That's the Floyd Mayweather style. I don't care. My dad taught me to show the roll. But the thing is this, I don't care, and I'm not talking about my dad, I don't care who done it first. It's mine because I mastered it. So anytime somebody said it, and somebody said the Philly shell, I mean, my thing is this, I love Philadelphia. You know, I love the city of brotherly love. I love all the fighters. I love the culture, I love the hip hop artists. But at the end of the day, that's the Mayweather defense.
Picture this, Tyson throwing wild bombs, but Floyd slips, ducks, rolls, and counters. What happens when Tyson realizes he can't land clean? What happens when that power doesn't connect? The answer? Nothing. Tyson will get frustrated, and frustrated, Tyson is vulnerable, Tyson.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather are having a exhibition in next year. Yes.
That's so stupid. Mike Tyson might as well box his father.
Yeah. It was official. TMZ just reported it also, too. They are fighting an exhibition in spring.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to destroy his legacy.
Of course, people are clowning this matchup already. When Jake Paul fought Tyson, critics came out in full force. Why is Jake fighting a 60-year-old legend? This is embarrassing. This is dangerous.
You feel like it's disrespect or like that he shouldn't have, it wasn't, because like what do you say if like they both agreed to it and they both wanted to make a couple million, you know? Because it seemed like he was visibly upset on Instagram after that fight.
Yeah, I was, because nobody, and people that's around Mike Tyson shouldn't let him fight that fight. Because when you've been in a sport for so long and you at that age, it's not really more left you have in your tank to go in there.
Right.
You feel me? So it was somebody like, we can make some money, so let's do this. And Mike Tyson was just, okay, agree with it type thing. But far as like, and Jake Paul is a big guy. Like he can hit type of. So if he crack you, good.
Right.
You see, if you go look at Mike Tyson, he said he ain't 100% recovered from that fight.
Right.
Which is you breaking his body down more.
I mean, some people probably just think it's worth it if you get the money for it, you know?
And now Floyd is going to hear the same noise. Why is Floyd fighting a guy way older than him? Why are we watching this? But here's the thing. Does Floyd care? Absolutely not. For Floyd, it's all about business.
You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I was smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
If the money is right, Floyd will fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. That's why he's Money Mayweather. He turned boxing into a business empire. And he's still cashing checks bigger than most active world champions. For Mike Tyson, though, this fight is about something deeper. Revenge, redemption, a chance to silence critics who said he was washed against Jake Paul. A chance to prove that even at his age, he can still strike fear into the sport. That's why his first words were so chilling, because you could hear the fire in his voice.
Oh, no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah. A little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
This isn't just about a payday for Tyson. It's about pride. For Floyd, this fight is business as usual. Another headline, another spectacle, another chance to remind the world that even retired, he's the most relevant boxer alive. But make no mistake, Floyd will take Tyson seriously. Because that's what Floyd does. He prepares like it's the biggest fight of his career every single time.
I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
And the craziest part? Both guys are back in the gym right now, training like it's the 1,990 seconds all over again. Tyson, sweating buckets, pushing his body through brutal conditioning. Floyd, sharp as ever, working pads with insane speed. The energy is different this time. It doesn't feel like a playful exhibition. It feels like two legends with unfinished business.
I'm doing everything. First thing in the morning, 3 in the morning, you do your 4 miles, come back in, do your body exercise and all that stuff. Get in the hot tub, go to bed. I might watch some fight films. I watch a lot of fight films. That's why I'm very acute with most of the fights.
Oh, yeah.
After that, I go downstairs, eat breakfast, go to the school, come back from school, eat my food, dinner, go back to the gym at 6 o'clock, train, come back at 8 o'clock, watch fights, start all over again.
A lot of fans are saying if Floyd really wanted to lace up the gloves again, the fight to make isn't Tyson, it's Manny Pacquiao. We all know the history between those two. That first fight back in 2015 was one of the biggest events in boxing history, but it left a sour taste for a lot of people who wanted to see a different version of Manny. And now, Pacquiao has laced the gloves back up, stepping into the ring against Mario Barrios. That fight ended in a draw, but it proved one thing crystal clear. Manny Pacquiao is officially back.
Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
You know, it's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. I mean, let's fight again if he wants. I have no problem with that. I'm active now. I don't pick my opponent. I don't, I fight them all.
He's been calling Floyd out nonstop, saying he wants his get back, and this time he's hungrier than ever. But instead of Floyd versus Pacquiao 2, we got Floyd versus Tyson. And that's where a lot of the criticism comes in. But here's the reality. Tyson versus Floyd is not about who's in their prime. It's not about records or belts. It's about pride, legacy, and business. Mike Tyson, the most feared heavyweight in history, coming after the man he never respected. Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated genius, stepping into the ring against a legend much bigger and stronger.
Floyd Mayweather is a way better fighter than Mike Tyson, and I don't even understand how this is a debate. Mike Tyson had this aura about him, this fear. He put fear in people's hearts. Floyd didn't make people fear him, but they dreaded to fight him. None other than Mike Tyson, the icon. Of course, we're going to get 1 million people in the comment section thinking they know about the sport, but Floyd's been in the tougher fights, and he's just accomplished more.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.